before the Cultural Revolution, we even can read more different books than during the Cultural Revolution. Even the Cultural Revolution comes later, like from middle 60s. I mean, before 60s, we can read more books. I'm the one really not focused on any specific philosophy or history. My interest in always mixed. I read Chinese history, European history. I even read a lot about Middle East countries' history because that's related to my family background from Islamic family. But one thing in China was very interesting during that time. There are always two different sources to get books. One is for the public. You can get the book from library, from bookstore. But also another kind of book called 内部读物. That's 参考消息. So not everybody can read 参考消息. That time only for somebody. They even printed a big word because all those guys are getting older. They have to. So, and if you can find something from the 内部读物, you become popular because people want to, friend of you, try to make an exchange to read your book. So in this way, I read something I never can get from the library. For example, I know one artist's son in my class. His father is a kind of a high level now. So he has a book called The History of Impressionism. Not allowed at that time. So I was really into it. Even I didn't really understand what they talk about, but I know that's different style, different idea about what art is. That's really amazing. That's during the right before the Cultural Revolution. During the Cultural Revolution, things changed a lot. I saw people now put the books together, boring. Just exactly like Indiana Jones. You know, Indiana Jones have some scenes Hitler, somebody burned the books. When I saw the movie, it just make me recall what happened during the Cultural Revolution. I was in college. Somebody shared with me with the same idea. We want to stop this kind of terrible things, but you couldn't. As a small children from elementary school, from high school, it just crazy enjoy to do that. Paintings, the old paintings put together, burn, fire. That's I saw as a eyewitness. But that thing happened to me, made me more treated about a book. I thought this is a wrong way to treat a book. Even I was also worship more, like everybody in my age, at the beginning of the Cultural Revolution. But I thought, you cannot just the whole country only read one book. That's not enough. Doesn't mean if more thinking, you don't have to think. You have your own brain. Of course, some thought about this kind of issue happened later. But anyway, at even during the Cultural Revolution, sometimes if you can find some, we call the 禁书, the banned book, we still can read it at home. Now you close the door. One guy, I don't know where he got it, but he's my old brother's friend. He showed me the 金瓶梅. You know 金瓶梅? I read it. My wife read it. We really enjoyed it. It's a very old, stone printed. Not stone printed. It's like a 石印. It is. It is kind of a special way on red paper. A lot of people read it. You have to be very careful to turn every single page. After most of that, I think the major source for people to read still the 内部读物, still a lot of 内部读物. The one really made me think about China, about our life, was the title of the 1984 by George Orwell. Yeah. I remember that's also 内部读物. And also another book called The Third Reich. The Third Reich, yes, about Hitler, his history. Because we know so many different stories, different things, compared with the government taught us. We thought, wow, this is something we never can learn from school, from teacher, from the public library. And that's after the Cultural Revolution, after Mao's death. So people's mind was very active during that time. All the books we just now passed by each other. If I have some book, I can tell my friend and just borrow to each other. And also, also some people get together to talk about people's idea about what they read. I just want to leave China, no matter where. Because, for more than 30 years, it's too long to stay in one place. Also, in China, you feel really isolated. If without any book, any magazine, any movie, you don't feel this way. You say, oh, this is central of the world, like we call it 中国. But since you have the chance to read some books, some magazines, even to sit to watch some movies, you can also from 内部 relationship to watch some interesting movies. Hollywood movie from early Soviet Union. You feel the world is big. The world is not only something surrounding you. So, but I didn't have any idea how to go to any other countries. I tried very hard to change my job. I hate jewelry design. I hate my company. I really want to even stay home. But during that time, nobody can quit your job. If you quit, you're not only without salary, you also had now the food coupon. Food, how to say? Yeah, 粮票. In this case, you have no food. So you have to stay in some place for it. So I cannot quit my job at that time. Now it's different. Now I'm talking about something Ming Dynasty. And so I tried to change my job. That's many people did. The first time the National Gallery accepted unofficial group. First time, the next year was a star group. Right. But we can now into the National Gallery not because of art, because of some relationship. This is because Homer, all the members graduated from the same school, which is the central, my school called high school attached to Central Academy of Fine Art. Different years. So before the group, we already contact each other very often. I was not that close with them because they even had a more smaller group because they were working together. They painted model together in the Sunday, holidays. Sometimes I also painted together with them. We're not only schoolmates, also good friends. And after one of the members, Wang Huaiqing, yeah, Wang Huaiqing called me. So we want to have a group show together. Even we had no name at that time, but we just want to get together to show our work. But we thought our work is different with either the Cultural Revolution style or the new phenomena now from Star Group. This started earlier. They make big how to splash. Some of us, they consider, okay, this group of artists educated. They're a little bit proud of that. Right. Not like a Xing group, Xing Star Group. I didn't really care about that because I went to Xinxing's show. I really like them. Sometimes even I feel I'm not 100% fit into both sides. I was educated, but I was not that wild to change my style. But anyway, we are all friends. Not everyone, but basically we're friends. We know each other. We're very easy to work together. One of the artists, his name is Qin Long. The one I talk about had the homework to go to the National Gallery. He's a major member of this group, but we didn't have any curator. We just talked to each other to decide which painting go to show in the gallery. The show was a success compared the later show, because that's the first time people find something more about art. It's different with we call it 红光亮, different with Chairman Mao's image. Not any Chairman Mao, not any political image. And many newspapers introduced the show. Somebody even read poetry from my painting. One of my paintings collected by the National Gallery. This is the only one, and I mean from my history, and this also lead to the job opportunity I told you. So after that, many people know my name and my work, try to hire me. Not hire me. We don't have this word actually. Try to transfer me from my old job to a new job. I came here in 1982. I started with in the Bastille Day, which is July 14th. It just happened to me. It's not important. I didn't pick up the date. I went to Art Student League because Art Student League gave foreign students I-20 without English exam. You don't need to pass the TOEFL, and also you pay tuition fee each month, less than $200 each month, and also I think half of the students in that school had a job. You just sign the name, then go to make a living. Somebody before me in China, somebody also artist already went to that school, so he introduced me. So I got the I-20. 那个钱培森 from Shanghai, he from the group called 12人, the 12 artists. Chen Danqing.
Chen Danqing was already here.
Already here. He half a year earlier than I did. He came here in I think January. I came here in July. One guy, he's painting lover. His father came here during the 40s from Shanghai to Hong Kong, then come here. He remained in Shanghai. He came here maybe a few years earlier than I do. His father had a big business in the textile or something with the Rockefeller family, make big money. So he bought a building in 23rd Street, across the Madison Square, and it was a big renovation. This guy, he knows Chen Danqing, he knows Qian Beisen. We are both, all of them from Shanghai. We don't know each other, but from other friends, I was introduced to him. He said, okay, we're going to have an exhibition in this old building before the renovation started. It's a good idea. His real idea was want to sell, want to make more money. He didn't sell anything, maybe one or two pieces. But that's the first show I participated in New York. After the show in the 23rd Street, since I didn't sell anything, I thought I have to find a job, serious job, because I cannot make money from my painting. But fortunately, even this is a small show, but 2 persons went to that show. I think helped me in my early artist career. One is, Russ Lewis. He wanted to show. He introduced my work to a commercial gallery called Hamquist Art Gallery. It's not a really professional gallery. It's half of the space of framing style, half of showing artwork. Hamquist gave me a first one-person show. Mainly, some work are brought from China, but mainly I did all here. That was 1983, I think. I sold one painting. I was very proud of that. Those kind of non-profit organization, I learned they're interested in different culture, in a different style, different idea. And sometimes I went to the show, I saw the people just like me from all world now. A lot of Asian people, especially a lot of Japanese people that time. Young Japanese artists came here in the early 80s a lot. And also people from South Korea, a lot.
Do you remember the names of some of the non-profit organizations?
Oh, a lot. For example, Art in General, I showed twice. Artist Space, Alternative Museum, Exit Art, even the new museum are considered almost the same level with other organizations. It's a lot. I still can give you more names. That's what I recall. I didn't think this way during that time. I think right now they find my work is different with something called mainstream. That's their purpose. They don't want to follow only the Whitney, MoMA. They want to do something more alternative, something more even exotic from different cultures. For example, in the art space, the work I showed over there is nothing to do with the style you saw in the major gallery. But one thing they were really concerned, it was so-called identity, how artists from different cultures identify themselves. I think my work is fit into this section about identity, about how to identify myself from my life experience. Even I live in this country, but how my work related to my life experience in China. I think that's something attracted them. Even I didn't know the word identity, now identify. I checked the dictionary, I know a little bit, but we never considered any relationship between art and identity in China. No. We never consider that. It's nothing to do with art. But when you just painting yourself, it's just something on the consciousness, it just voluntarily, automatically come out. For example, the back of the head, I showed many times. People consider this artist now in a new reality, to show his back, to have kind of attitude to against the reality. That's what they thought about. But to me, I thought if I now show the back of the head, what I'm facing, I'm facing to an unknown space. The change all comes from 1989, June 4, Tiananmen Massacre. It's really changed me a lot. When I came here now, I thought I'm going to forget everything happening in China. I started my new life from zero, from nothing. I don't care, but I'm enjoying my new life in the new land. All the nightmare happening in China, nothing to do with me, nothing to do with my art. But even I did artwork still related unconsciously, but I never directly to painting some subject matter from that period. After come here, I not only want to forget what happened in China, also I had a kind of very strong attitude to against what I learned in school in China, which is so-called socialist realism. Everybody do the same thing. Everybody have to follow teacher's idea, teacher's style. Even some teachers, terrible teacher. I cannot tell anybody, oh, who was your teacher? Who taught you? Who influenced your art? I really, it's very difficult to tell. I know many famous artists in China, like Wu Guanzhong, like the big name now, like Dong Xiwen, even Li Keran. Li Keran's son was my schoolmate, classmate. So when I came here, I thought, normal socialist realism. No any artwork about politics, even about social content. Art is art. Art is for this, for the case of art itself. And I tried the style for like de Kooning, like Pollock, not really, but just a kind of influence, abstract, with bold brushwork and the bright color. But after the Tiananmen massacre, I thought, I found myself still very, very Chinese. So I started play with Tiananmen Mao. The first piece was the acupuncture point chart. The second one was 12 Mao's image. That time, it's now computer. I used a slide image printed with a laser printer, then make collage, make the 12 Mao, and after 12 Mao was the last banquet. I didn't respect people's reaction on those new paintings, because I thought this is only temporarily to show my emotion, temporarily to show how I support, as a person, to support the Chinese democracy movement. But the reaction was very, very strong. It's much, much stronger than I thought, than I expected. So this one actually first show is not with public. It's showing in the Lincoln Center, it's called Cork Gallery. Lincoln Center has a space nearby the parking lot. So this one show over there. So next day, people called me. They found the image on the what's the magazine? Newsweek, or I think it's Newsweek magazine. And people talk about it. I got many phone calls. Somebody liked it, somebody hated it. But one thing I was not satisfied, because most of them is about political things, about China. Not so many art magazine and art newspaper talk about. Mainly, for example, the Harper's, Newsweek, Village Voice. But for Chinese people come here, the culture shock, sometimes good for artists, sometimes not so good. The shock sometimes make you feel uncomfortable, sometimes make you feel difficult into the world. But if you really, with attitude, want to learn something, the culture shock is a good thing. Culture shock means you have to learn, you have to change something, you have to now start everything new, which is good.